Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to some more replays. Now, today, AFKs don't always lose. Yes, that is basically what is going to happen. Not both games, but sometimes I have a series AFK for the win. And basically what that is the player that sends me the replay wins the game solely because of there was an AFK. And that means, like, if that player wasn't AFK, it would not be a win. It would not be a win. It would 100% be a loss. So straight away, the enemy team, or even your team, like, are down a tank. But what you need to do in this situation, it is becoming more and more. I do admit it is becoming more and more with AFK players, which is a shame. Sometimes it's not their fault. I know we all rage at AFK players, but you know, sometimes it isn't their fault. You can have connection issues. You know, you never know what has actually happened. I can't see too many people just starting battle just to go AFK. I can't see it. I mean, I do go AFK sometimes. It's not often I go AFK, but it all depends on your situation. Like, I could join a battle, I could be at home, I could join a battle, and I could have a knock on the door. It could be the postman with a delivery. And I mean, I can't just ignore the delivery, which is a real life problem, because then I won't be able to collect that delivery, or I've got to go out of my way the next day to go to the post office to collect this delivery, all because I was in a game. Like, priorities are priorities at the end of the day. So sometimes you just can't help but to go AFK. A lot of the time, I used to play all my battles at work, all my battles in my office. Now, my office, even though I've had probably 60-odd thousand battles sitting in my office, my workplace, I'm not actually allowed my phone where I'm situated, where I am. So there is times where my manager doesn't care, to be honest. My manager doesn't care if I've got my phone. He rings me on my personal phone and not my work phone. So he doesn't really care. But there is times where he probably would care if I'm sitting there in my office where I'm supposed to be working and I'm playing Blitz. So there is occasions where he comes in the office and I have to quickly turn off my phone. That was an unfortunate bounce on the side of the E50M there. So there is occasions where you just can't help going AFK. But being AFK doesn't always mean that you're going to lose. Now, this game is, I mean, we're going to see the outcome, but the next game is more better, where I'm saying about team, you're not always losing. So sometimes it means you get more damage. If you've got a player AFK, sometimes it actually means you get more damage, which we are going to see in the next game. Like, they totally farm up more damage because there is an AFK. But I mean, same as this game. This game here, he does farm damage because there is an AFK. Whether the outcome would be different on this battle, I'm not 100% sure. So enough of that. Let's just talk about the battle himself. So he's playing it pretty front line here. I mean, well, not front line, but sort of second line. It's not really a map for a TD. I'm not a lover of this map for TDs, unless you're in a tank like the E3, maybe the E4, but it's not the best of maps for something like a Death Star or something like a Grill or even a Jaegeru, to be honest. So he's playing it as best as he can. Now, at the minute, the thing is, no one knows that there's an AFK apart from the enemy team, of course. There is an AFK, and the AFK is currently the IS-8. So at least it's not an upper tier tank. So, you know, with the outcome of the game, I honestly don't think that AFK would have made a massive difference. You never know. It may be, because at the minute it's a 4-on-4. So maybe it would make a difference, and it possibly could make a difference. So it's a 4-on-4, but actually it is a 4-on-3. Now, this Jagdtiger somehow manages to bounce the grill. That's frustrating when you bounce a grill. It really is. You shouldn't be bouncing on a grill, especially when you're shooting normal rounds. Sometimes, yes, you shoot HE and it hits the gun. Yeah, that's frustrating as well. So now it is a 3 versus 2. Now, this team has hit points, which is what I say about, I don't think it would make too much of a difference. But the enemy also have 700 supremacy points. So you never know that this AFK may have actually gone capping. He may have capped A. And if he would have capped A, then this game would have probably been over by now through cap points. So maybe it has made a difference to the game. But currently, I think he's just realised. You know what? I think there's an AFK. That is why he's ignoring the Emil for these guys to take care of. And all he wants is damage. He still has to be quick. I mean, they could still win. The enemy could still win on supremacy points. They have 2 minutes. But, you know, when it's a 3 versus 1, the Grills is great for things like this, searching for AFKs, because it has the speed. And, of course, because his team are nowhere to be seen, they are heading by C. He's just going to get all this damages to himself. So 2,000... damage here that he's just going to pick up for absolutely nothing. So he's just going to get behind him and he's going to try and shoot HE. A nice HE puts him on fire, brings him down to a one-shot. And now he's just going to wait. His team, again, are still nowhere to be seen. They're just concentrating on getting the cap points, and it is a win. So this game, yes, there was an AFK. Yes, the team won. And yes, he did farm some damage because of that AFK. But you never know. It may have been a completely different outcome if that tank was not AFK. So 8.5k damage, still a decent amount of damage. Now, next up, we are going to watch this RS here in the Chimera. Now, I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. So he's going to push the middle. Now, the Chimera is one of the most played premium tanks in the game, if you didn't know that. I have done videos on it before. It's a solid tank. It really is a good tank. But as I said at the beginning, having an AFK in your team doesn't always mean that you're going to lose. Now, it is frustrating. There is not much more frustrating than losing when there is an AFK in the team. And this game especially is even more frustrating for this player because of the damage he does and what actually happens at the end. So he's in the middle here farming some damage. He gets a bit of damage there on the VK. The Charioteer is coming around now. That is a tank you want to be very careful of, especially if you have your rear facing that guy, because he has lovely Hesh, and the Hesh is absolutely beautiful on the Charioteer. So underrated, that tank. Even though when it first was released, it was the most broken tank in the game. Wargaming nerfed the reload. I mean, it used to have about a 5-second reload, and now you're sort of sitting at 9-second reload. So they really hurt the DPM of that tank, but it's still beautiful. The tank is still really, really good. You can Hesh just about anything. When anything you come up against, tier 9s, tier 8s, it doesn't matter. You can Hesh almost anything. So he's trying to get away from the Borzik there, who does take a shot on the guy next to him, luckily for him. So he's not actually loading up the HE at the moment. So at the minute, the team are doing pretty well. It's not supremacy, so they can't lose on supremacy. And the Tiger 2 is the first tank on his team down. So now he has loaded up the HE. There's still plenty of time left, still 4.5 minutes. And these guys need to rush this guy to get rid of him. He is on his own. He is isolated. And that was beautiful. Absolutely lovely. Nice little ram there to get rid of him with one shot. So now it is a 6 versus 5. There is only 3 tanks on his team around that corner, and there are quite a lot of enemy tanks. You can see 4 there. Of course, there is 4 because 1 tank is AFK, which is the Yo, the tier 7 new tank, the M7 Yo. So there is still, I mean, this looks easily winnable. I mean, there's the SP1C one shot, the VK100 is a one shot, and you do have 2 heavies around the corner that are pretty much full hit points. So at the minute, again, no one knows that there is an AFK on the team. There's still 3.5 minutes left on the clock. The SP1C is only 3 hit points, and at this point in the game, you're thinking, okay, clear this guy, and it's all over. It is all over. It's now a 3 versus 3. He is spotted, but they still don't know that there is an AFK. Now, if these guys worked together, then they could easily win this game. Now, I was thinking he was going to head towards this AFK, towards the enemy spawn, and he does just that. So actually, do you know, I like what he's doing. I love what he's doing. He now knows that there is an AFK, but he is totally ignoring that AFK to go for the guys that are actually playing the game, go for the guys that are actually killing his team. And he's now on 3k damage. He's done a great job. There goes the M3 Yo. The Tiger is a one-shot, so now it's not looking great. And it is the worst feeling when you're having a great game. You know that there's an AFK, but you still just can't win the game. And then you start thinking, you know what, I should have just gone for the AFK, farmed up a little bit of damage. But these guys are now pushing him. Not great, not a great sign when you have two heavy tanks pushing you and you're only now a one-shot, 50 HP. He needs a miracle to win this game. 50 HP. All these guys have really got to do is shoot HE, but he manages to get the bounce there from the Tiger. He's trying to run away from the IS-3. He manages just to get around the corner, just around that corner, and he does take care of the Tiger. Now it's just him and his mate left alive. His Tiger 2 is of course a one-shot as well, but I mean there's still 2 full hit point tanks to get rid of, and these both are a one-shot. So at this point you're thinking, okay, this isn't going to happen. This isn't going to happen. We're going to lose to the IS-3. The Yo is just going to sit there, full hit points. No one's going to touch him, and we're still going to lose the game. The time is running out. 1 minute 45 seconds left on the clock. Regardless, he has still done a fantastic job. Done a great job in farming this damage from the team, ignoring the AFK as well. He's getting lucky. He's getting just around these corners before the IS-3 can shoot. And now IS-3 does take care of the Tiger 2, and it now just leaves him versus 2 tanks. Well, basically 1 tank. So he's now going to be a bit more aggressive. It's going to take 2 shots to clear this IS-3. Manages to get the shot there. Again, manages to dodge a shot. Brings him down to a 1-shot. Now, at this point in the game, a minute left. Do you just go for the IS-3, or do you think, okay, fuck it, I'm just going to go for some damage? Now he's actually wasting a bit of time here, and this is ultimately which could have cost him the game. At this point you need to YOLO. You have to. You've got no choice. But he's wasting time now, and I would have definitely just YOLO'd that IS-3. Hit and hope. That is all you can do. Hit and hope. You can't get around here because the Yo is also going to open you up. He does take care of the IS-3, but I mean, that was a good 30 seconds wasted in trying to hide from him. And with only 30 seconds left on the clock, he just has to try and farm as much as he can. He's going to load up the HE, but 20 seconds left on the clock. Can he do it? 1,100 hit points. Again, he wasting a little bit of time here getting around, and that was only about 2 seconds he wasted, but 2 seconds at this point in the game is a lot. Now with 5 seconds left on the clock, he's only going to have time to shoot once more. Look at that. 42 hit points left, and it was a draw. 7k damage though. Very, very good game. But that is heartbreaking, isn't it? 42 hit points, and he an AFK manages to pick up the draw. It is a shame, but it happens. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you guys are not put in this situation that RS has just managed to get himself in. There was a few mistakes, but being 50 HP against 3 tanks, I think it's still a great, great game. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye. With